would love to get it. I just don't think it would come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to fight or even spar. I would love to spar.
The Mexican Titan, David Benavidez, has said that he wants to fight Terence Crawford at 168 pounds at the same time. David Benavidez is said to have said that Turkey Alec wanted him to fight Crawford at 160 pounds in August. People asked Benavidez if he wanted to lose weight. He said that he would have done it a long time ago if he could, but it would never happen.
He did mention he's one fighter. He wanted me to go down to 160 to fight Crawford. I'm like, bro, I cannot do that.
160?
Yeah. I mean, if I would be able to make 160, that would have been amazing. But I can't. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't remember the last time I weighed 160. So
Benavidez wants to fight Crawford at 168 pounds because he wants to make up for his brother Jose Benavidez Jr.'s close loss to Terence Crawford in Omaha, Nebraska. In October 2018, Crawford knocked out Jose Jr. in the 12th round, and it looked like he was going to meet Canelo Alvarez for a big payday and the Unify belts, which are boxing championships recognized by the Unify organization. Benavidez wants to exact revenge on Crawford, claiming that both Crawford and his brother, Jose Jr., are criminals from the streets. It was funny because they almost got into a fight when Jose Jr. wanted to show his brother some love in Crawford's area before the incident.
they hated each other.
Right.
My brother and Crawford, they hated. So Crawford is a street dude. My brother's a street dude too, bro.
Yeah.
So the thing that was funny, so we had went to Omaha the last 3 weeks of the fight. So we're there training. So my brother's like, nah, I want to go show love to everybody in his hood. He goes to his barbershop.
Right.
And then the barber's like, yeah, you know, this is Crawford barbershop. He's like, I don't give a let him come in here.
Right.
Right. Like, yeah, we like you. Yeah, you got balls.
Facts.
Even though there was a chance of trouble, everyone in the area, especially the Mexicans, had a lot of respect for his brother Benavidez. Trainer Jose Benavidez Sr. said that Terence Crawford is not an intriguing boxer and that his fighting style reminds him of Shocker Stevenson. Sr. thinks that Crawford only cares about winning rounds and doesn't try as hard to impress people as his son does. David does. David is nothing like Terence Crawford. I promise you that. David is a fun boxer to watch. David arrives not only to engage in combat, but also to showcase his skills. Terence Crawford is a legendary boxer. He usually plays it safe because he wants to win the rounds, but I think he takes risks that aren't necessary, doesn't put excitement first, and will have a good fight in the end. I've been wanting to meet Canelo Alvarez for a long time. Terence Darren said Canelo's size and strength are all he thinks about in the ring. He is not afraid of any other obstacles.
I just think, you know, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that.
As you may be aware, Terence increased his weight to 150 pounds to challenge Canelo's 168 pounds. But it appears that Alvarez has no interest in the fight. Also, Roy Jones Jr. knows how to move up through the divisions to win belts. Roy Jones talked about the possible outcome of the fight between Canelo and Crawford, stating, I like Terence, but I'm going to lean towards Canelo with his size early. But if he lets Terence get into the fight, Terence is going to be a problem. And if Terence can deal with the size, Terence will beat him. Jones later said about how Terence will handle Canelo's huge power. We don't know until we see Terence get hit with that power. We haven't seen him get hit with that power yet. That's what makes the difference. You might beat Bud if you can change his fight plan, but you can only beat him if you can hurt him. This means you have problems on the other end. David Benavidez talked about his weight gain to 175 pounds and his desire to fight or spar with Crawford when he weighed 168 pounds.
I would love to get it. I just don't think it would come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to fight Crawford or even spar. I would love to spar Crawford.
Yeah.
David Benavidez is another boxer who has been wanting to meet Canelo Alvarez for a very long time. Both of them are Terence Crawford fans. Because he had to wait for years, Benavidez has put on 175 pounds. Also, Terence Crawford talked about how he thinks the fight between Benavidez and Canelo will go. He said that he thinks both boxers are very good, and that the fight is a 50-50th bet.
Behind his jab, he's throwing straight punches. He's going to the body, going in up and down. He just got to tighten up a little bit on his defense, but other than that, man, he good. He ready for Canelo.
We know you want Canelo. How's it look? How's that fight look, Terence? How does the Canelo fight look with Benavidez? Who do you favor?
I still got it at 50-50. Benavidez good, but Canelo is, you know what I mean, great. We just gotta see the fight, man. We all want to see the fight.
Do you think he gets him to the body? Because Booba was landing a lot of body shots.
I don't know. That's why I said we gotta watch the fight. You know what I mean? It's a different style, different type of fighter. You got two strong fighters going head to head.
Is Canelo the only 68U fighter? Would you consider a Benavidez?
Yeah, Canelo.
Plus, Jose Benavidez Jr. said he wanted to fight Terence Crawford again, but this time at a heavier weight. But Jose is still pleased with how he fought, telling reporters, "I lasted 12 rounds. Yeah, I got stopped, but I put up a hell of a fight. Terence Crawford is the best." Jose Jr. said that, except for his real moth, he was the only other boxer to go 12 rounds against Crawford. Jose Jr. also said that Crawford can beat Canelo if he trains hard because he thinks that anyone can be beaten. It's possible for Crawford to beat Canelo because he's smart, has never lost, and has beaten the best boxers in the world. That is, they will all train the way they should if they really want to. There was a heated argument between Jose Jr. and Terence Crawford before their 2018 fight. David Benavidez told his brother how proud he was of how he stood up to Terence. David said, "It was a really good fight. My brother showed that dog and hen and demonstrated why he was at that top level in the past." Mr. David Benavidez also said that he would like to see either Javon Davis or Jaron Andes fight Terence Crawford.
The best unified 147 fighter, because he was definitely on a different level that night.
Who do you want to see him face next?
To be honest, bro, I thought it was crazy back then when people were talking about it, but now that I look at it, I think Crawford and Gervonta Davis would be a good fight, man. Knowing that Gervonta Davis fought at 140 already, I think if he just goes up one more weight class, I think besides me and Canelo, I think the next biggest fight in boxing is Tank and Crawford, and it'd be more likely to happen even before too. So there's some good fights right there, bro. Honestly, and then also Boots with Terence Crawford. Yeah. That would be a great fight too. So there's a lot of great fights there to make happen. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time watching Terence Crawford fight against all those.
Canelo has recently been invited to a fight by Terence and Turkish Alec, who say they are ready to make the bell happen.
You feel me? What you doing next?
We want the Nanchus.
Tell them we going to Canelo next.
Yes. Let's
go.
Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
Additionally, Crawford said, "This is the biggest fight in boxing. We're standing by." Canelo Alvarez made it clear to Terence Crawford that Crawford's weight class is there for a reason and that Crawford is a great fighter. But he doesn't add anything to his reputation.
Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Alvarez hasn't responded to Crawford or Turkey Alec's public criticism of him. And he won't say anything about the fight between Crawford and Canelo.
Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
On the other hand, David Benavidez said that his good performance has given him a chance to fight Canelo. He also said that everyone, including Crawford and Naoya, is pulling for Canelo, even though they aren't looking for a fight with him.
Throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But
It would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity.
Jones Jr. thinks that Canelo has just been waiting for the right time to make the most of his fight with Benavidez so that a lot of people will watch. Rose told me that taking on the fight is very dangerous for him. It makes sense that he, like any other winner, wants to get you excited about what you want to receive or buy. Although I don't think he is scared of Benavidez, I do think that facing Benavidez would be hard for even the best person, since he is always on the move. Roe Jones told them where it was. Years ago, Canelo found himself in a similar situation as Benavidez, and he is unlikely to give up easily. He should want that spot a little more than Canelo. You know what I mean. David wanted that spot from Canelo, so the hungry guy should be careful because Canelo can punch. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez has said in the past that the fight with David would require a big payday because he thinks the 27-year-old would be bigger than David on the day of the fight. All I can picture is Benavidez being 25 or 30 pounds bigger than me. Okay, I'll do that. But if you want me to fight him, it will cost you $200 million. At the same time, David Benavidez talked about his possible opponents. He said that both Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev are good boxers, but he thinks Bivol would win if they fought.
Great fight for both men. They both have to be extremely ready. This is a hard fight for both of them. I'm kind of leaning again with Bivol. Bivol is a great boxer and he has punching power. And then Beterbiev, I think he's a little bit older. I think his body's breaking down a little bit. He works really hard. I don't take nothing away from him, but he does a lot of weights. And
Benavidez also said that Beterbiev is getting old, which means Bivol may be stronger in the fight. He also said that when he fights his next opponent, Alexander Vosik, he will fight the winner of the Bivol versus Beer bout about David's match. This fuels reports of a fight between him and undisputed super middleweight king Canelo Alvarez, which fans have been eagerly awaiting. David Benavidez got some words from him. I respect him as a fighter. He's a great boxer. Believe it or not, the fact that he wants to fight me shows that he's a great boxer, is sure of himself, and wants to do more. I remember that we did a few good things. On both of our sides, there were good times. It's clear to David Benavidez that his next opponent will be Bivol or beating meat. On the other hand, Terence Crawford doesn't know who his next 150-pound opponent will be. As of right now, the WBO has told Sebastian Fundora that he needs to protect his WBC and WBO super welterweight titles against Terence Crawford. Crawford is the WBA Super Welterweight World Champion and the WBO Suspended Champion. He has 30 days to agree to a deal and then pay for bids. But Crawford doesn't want to fight Sebastian Fundora. He only wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. Samson Lukovic said that Terence only wants a chance to fight Canelo Alvarez and is waiting for Crawford to make an offer. I want to know right now if Crawford is going to fight for money or a crown. I think he wants the money and will do everything he can to fight Canelo. His team won't get in touch with me until after the fight. Turkey Alec wanted Terence Crawford to fight Virgil Ortiz before it came out that Crawford only wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. Turkey then slammed Canelo Alvarez for avoiding both Pav and Crawford. I'm not scared to fight either Benavidez or Crawford. Alex said that he had offered to fight Canelo, but in his post, he made it clear that he had given up on the fight because he thought Canelo was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid if Crawford loses to Canelo. Then he could move up in weight classes and say that he was just daring to be great. In the same way, former boxer Bernard Hopkins doesn't think Canelo will ever be fought. David Benavidez is a real threat to Canelo because their styles are very similar and they are in the same weight class. Bernard said that if a big poll was taken among boxing fans to find out who they would rather see Canelo fight Benavidez or Crawford, the answer would be David Benavidez. This is because the fights are in the same weight class and Benavidez was in the running long before Crawford was even mentioned. Do you think Crawford will fight?